Hey, what's up guys, it's me again and welcome back to my channel Mayta What Ifs. And today I am back with a new story. The name of the story is What If Naruto Turned Out to be a God Who Was Fed Up. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted story and my own idea. I had just a scenario going on in my head, and based on that, this is a story. I know it's quite short, but to be honest, I thought this would be the best fitting end for this one. And I know secondly that I'm neglecting this channel, but yeah, I'm gonna try my best not to from now onwards and to get back into routine, because even now today, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to upload anything here. I decided to because first step is the hardest, I heard, and damn sure it was. I'm trying to be regular on both channels again for 2026, and hopefully this year I will be. Unfortunately, up until now I haven't been, but hopefully from now on. Anyways, enough of me yapping. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato's council chamber. As Naruto Uzumaki was dragged in, his hands were cuffed and Kakashi was holding on to the chain. As soon as he was brought in, the handcuffs were opened and his arms were tied back with a zip tie, and Naruto was made to sit on a chair. As Naruto was seated there, Tsunade Senju stood up and said, "This meeting is in session." Naruto looked towards her but couldn't speak. He could only stare at her as she began. "Naruto Uzumaki, you alongside a group of genins were sent to retrieve Sasuke Uchiha back. You were able to successfully do that, but Sasuke Uchiha succumbed to the wounds that you inflicted onto him. Do you have anything to say for yourself?" "I tried my best to reason with him. I tried my best to stop him. Made him listen, but he kept on insulting me, Konoha, you all. So that gave you the right to kill him." "I didn't mean to. I brought him back and he was alive at the time, didn't I? I made him a promise. And that was, I will drag him back, even if I have to break each and every bone in his body." "I know you did, but you did not have to fulfill that promise," said Danzo Shimura as he stood up and said, "My fellow council members, both the civilian and shinobi side, and our esteemed Hokage. The council here is to be made aware that Sasuke Uchiha was the last Uchiha, one-of-a-kind type person, who has been killed, unfortunately, by the hands of his pursuer, Naruto Uzumaki. He might have finished the mission, the task we gave him, but at the expense of a valuable asset. Now it is up to us to decide what is to become of him. He is to be punished and sentenced to prison. Or there is another chance. He can be executed. Which of the two punishments does the criminal here would take is up to him and for us to decide. Which one would you pick, boy?" "I would go to the prison, I guess, because no one here is willing to believe me that I did not meant to kill him. I never really did try to kill him, actually. And yet, in the end, he did succumb to the injuries, didn't he?" said one of the other members from the civilian side. As Tsunade then said, "Enough! Is this the decree of the council?" As everyone rose their hand. As then Tsunade said, "Unfortunately, with a heavy heart, I must say, Naruto Uzumaki, that you are to be executed." As Naruto's eyes widened. "Wait, but I thought that you said that I get to choose my punishment. Did you think that we would let you do that?" "We were hoping that you would choose that because we had already a punishment in our mind," said Danzo Shimura. Tsunade had been made to agree to this. "Konoha in itself has gotten tired of your face, boy. You are a continuous mocking to us and our suffering. Me and my people, the beautiful people of Konoha, have suffered enough at the hands of you, Biju. You are to be killed and destroyed like the fourth intended it to be. Hiruzen had no spine to do it, but his student will. Whether by will or whether by force," Danzo said, as he then walked into the center, raising both of his hands. "Gentlemen and ladies, let the fun begin. Today ends the mockery Today ends the suffering. Today ends everything. The Kyubi no Yoko and its Jinchuriki will be sent down to hell, and they forever will remain there. As people begin to cheer until Naruto begin to shake and then laugh. Oh, is that what you really believe? Naruto said, and suddenly he got up. Both of his hands, which were tied behind by a zip tie, were freed. In one of Naruto's hand appeared a katana, and in the other one a black scythe. Naruto's clothing changed to that of a white and black one, like yin and yang, into a traditional king-like yukata. And he now wore a crown as well, which was half white and half black. I am the eternal god of both life and death. I myself have reincarnated into this boy to see what you humans truly can become. I was going to allow you to live, give you a chance to finally break free from the curse. But you all disappointed me. What are you talking about? Who are you? And what have you done to Naruto? Said everyone as they were all stunned to speak, because Naruto was still there, but he was transformed. I am the one you call God. I have no name and yet so many. Kami, Yami, and Shinigami. And even Naruto. The form of my mortal self. You all were given a blessing in disguise, and yet you spat on it. I have given you enough child prophecies, enough reasons to have eternal peace, but you, he said, pointing his scythe towards everyone, as they all flinched. You have let it all go down the drain. Again and again you spat at my face. I have no other choice. No other choice but to reveal myself, because I am fed up. Wait, it cannot be. You're lying. This has to be a genjutsu. As suddenly the scythe was slashed from one hand, as the person who spoke this fell to the ground, dead. What did you do? I burned his soul away. And I'm gonna do this to each and every one of you who are going to interrupt me again. Because I have decided you're all fate. The fate of this world. As with a snap of Naruto's finger, all the 9 bijus in the form of orbs glowing appeared, one from within Naruto's self. What is that? These are the 9 bijus. They have been made into the form of chakra. These beings are not to be harmed during this process because they are sentient and were made by me through Hagoromo so that they could go out and guide you all inhuman beings to become human and civilized, to learn to love one another. But no, you turned them into warmongering beasts, and now it is up to me to end their suffering as well and start yours. As Danzo then, seeing that Naruto in fact indeed really was a god, untied his bandages and tried to use his Sharingan. As Naruto's eyes widened, as Danzo smirked, now that we have a god in our possession, we can rule over the elemental. But before he could finish, he was literally sliced from the center with the side. As he fell to both sides dead, you honestly believed that I would be influenced by your mere Jujutsu eyes. They're nothing more to me. I am the one who created you and gave you those eyes. You think I would be the one to be affected by them? Fools. Fools you are all. As Tsunade said, Naruto, calm down. Fight through it, whatever this is. There is no Naruto here. There never was. Naruto is nothing more than a persona of mine. It always has been me, Tsunade. It's just unfortunate that you are from the lineage of my previous child of prophecy. Your grandfather, Hashirama Senju. He was my previous child of prophecy and the last one. Even he was betrayed, and you spat on his legacy like a stain you are. Wait, don't do this, please. Kami-sama, whatever you are, please stop. Don't do this to Konoha. Konoha has done this to itself, not me. I am the one who is going to deliver the swift judgment. As suddenly, both the katana as well as the Sai were crossed by Naruto in his new godly form. Yin and Yang, the balance of life and death, restore things as they were before. The humanity corrupted. Suddenly there was a gust of wind that was released and Konoha was undone. Everything that was engulfed by this gust of wind turned to ash. All the humans in life form. No one was spared. Where stood Konoha, the whole village proudly once was nothing more than grass and trees. Zetsu, who has been watching this and was able to narrowly escape, was panting heavily. What the hell is this? How can this be? A literal god here? I did not think this through. How am I gonna take all the 9 Bijus now that he possesses it? Akatsuki, they're the perfect scapegoat. They have to help. They're the only ones who can. Do you think I did not notice you? Zetsu's blood ran cold when he heard those words. He slowly turned behind with wide eyes. I have been keeping an eye on you as well, Zetsu. You and your soul deserve a special place even amongst the hell dwellers. You have caused enough corruption that I can literally create 8,000 pages of notes on it. For record, you have increased so much of my work that I in the end had to incarnate myself to end you. Please, don't do this. All I'm trying to do is free my mother. Look at it this way. It's a son's duty to look after his parents, right? I'm just doing the same. Don't you dare try to use morale code on me, you monster. You and Kaguya and her kind, they all will be wiped out, undone by me this instant. As the scythe was swished into the air, Zetsu felt pain, and then he was no more. Neither was Kaguya, who died while screaming, and so could be said for all the Otsutsuki, Shibai, Ishiki, Momoshiki, Kishiki, and the rest of the Otsutsuki clan. Wiped out. They ceased to exist, as Hagoromo in a ghostly form appeared next to Naruto's godly form. So you made yourself aware, Kami. I had to. There was no other choice left. I have been enduring for the past 13 years their bullshit, as they call it. I am fed up and tired of it. I was aware that you would get fed up, but I did not notice that it would be this soon. Humanity has really fallen and has continued to spiral down. There were a few moments when I hoped and thought that they were able to get up, but they didn't. I am aware, Hagoromo, of your deeds. You have tried your best, so have your successors, but in the end, they all have failed. Now it is my own duty to undo this injustice. What are you going to do? I am going to erase the shinobi world, end them all, and start anew. You're going to start humanity as anew? Yes, this planet, it's perfect. Chakra, and it will never be existent. The Bijus, they will become nothing more than myths. They have new roles as new figures. And aside from that, humans will be existent, but they will live a normal life like they did before your age. But that would mean nothing. They will go back to doing what they did even back at that time, before I was born or Chakra existed. I am fully aware, but I also am aware that that is the best choice, because they adapted back then. Didn't rely on a power that was given to them as a gift to bring peace, not to start destruction and war. I do not understand this tactic of yours, but I trust your process, Kami. You have to. You have to. And in the end, it was done. The whole elemental nation itself was wiped out clean, and from it, new world was started, where new deities existed. New Bijus turned into yokais existed, and humans, so did they, in which they all lived as they normally do, some fighting, some surviving, some dying, and some living life. This was the the cycle that Naruto created in his kami form. And he hid himself, watching even amongst them, as he, the old remnant of the old world of his, watched the new one bloom from the ashes of the old. And in a jar, Konoha spirits, all of them were captured because they had tormented him so much in human form that he and his human form wanted revenge. And now they were forever to be tormented as his spirits, his playthings, in a jar that he held, and laughed at them while placing it in front of him. You all mocked me. You all tried to kill me. How does it feel, Council of Konoha, that you and your whole pathetic village and all of you are captured here for eons? No heaven, no hell, just imprisonment for you for eternity. As the tormented scream of Tsunade and the others was heard, but there was nothing more they could do to return into a ghostly, dusting form as they were captured in the small jar, forever to be retained there by a deity who lost its mind because of them and restarted the world. As this is where I will be leaving this story off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like to see more of this content, and make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my other channel as well. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.